think everybody was taken back by Joe Burrow having a poor game, the rebuilt offensive line kind of not performing up to standards, and then the Bengals losing to the Steelers. I know I was taken back big time. I had plans to watch the game and really get into it, but for plenty of reasons, I didn't do that. Saw the score, and I was like, whoa, man, I got to take a look at what's going on. And then a viewer, Ben Riley, he said, hey, man, can you please just look at this situation, put some tape together, and maybe throw your 2 cents in there, kind of help me figure out what's going on. Now, I'm really grateful to do it because I'm invested in Joe Burrow. I did a music video of him last year. I've done a lot of studies on him. I've tried to watch him as much as I can. And to me, he is generational talent. When you put the whole thing together, he's kind of mobile. I mean, surprisingly mobile. When his knee's not messed up. His acumen to go through things is near Manning level. His anticipation, his accuracy, his leadership is cool. I mean, he took the Bengals to the Super Bowl in year 2 after coming off a knee injury. That's special. I want this kid to succeed. I want to see him play for a long time. And so this really was something I wanted to do. Wasn't sure I was going to get to it because Ben Riley asked me. It really was the final pushover. So I got about 5 minutes, 6 minutes of tape. Going to go over a bunch of plays, kind of show the trend of the game. It wasn't chronological. It was meant to be, but I kind of got lost in all the scrum. But you can see a trend even though it's not chronological. So I'm going to throw my 2 cents over that. And then at the end, I'm going to give my wrap-up of what I really think is going on. Before I do that, I want to give a shout-out to everybody stopping by. I mean, I'm so grateful to everything that you guys do. The likes, the subscribes, the comments. I mean, it really is special to me, and I am so grateful. So I want to give you guys a shout-out, but I also want to give a shout-out to Ace Bread, my sponsors, because without them, this show ain't going down. Ace Bread's betting software is the premier white label platform for bookies to manage their players and grow their sportsbook operation. Click the link in the description below to get set up in minutes. Ask for the Curtis promo and get a special introductory discount. I'm going to start out with just going over the tape. I'm sure most of you are Bengals fans, and so you've seen it. But I'm going to go with the all 22, and it's going to give a little bit of different look if you haven't seen it through that. So let's take a look at the tape and see what we see. All right, Burrow opened this game not good. It was a bad read. The 3 wide receiver combo at the top was wide open, but he looks away for some reason. Then Volson lets pressure in, and then Williams, he gets beat, and then Burrow takes a licking on this one. He gets pressure in his face. It's a tough throw, risky throw, but risky throw and pressure is never a good combo. Bad results. And then again, you can see the inside here, the spin move on Williams, who misses it, and Cap is late to arrive to bring help. And then that just, puts Burrow on the move, and then he takes another shot. And that shot to the shoulder is never a pretty thing. And again, you can see here just speed moved past Jonah, and he gets blasted. That's an interception. I mean, you can't really count that on Burrow. That was a nasty shot. Again, you see pressure inside Karras, one of the few pressures he let up on a day. But Burrow shows how good he is, throws on an offset platform, delivers a dime on this little out, and then Chase is able to pull up for a nice gain, considering what could have been. Then this is just one where Burrow was late to read the blitzer coming up, and a division rival knowing a division opponent, dialing up the perfect call. Burrow could have been a little bit better. Again, here you can see pressure from Volson. 85 would have been open. This could have been a big play, but pressure drives him out again. He picks up the first here, but it's another shot, another hit, just piling up. Then again, Watt outside drives him inside on Collins, and then inside, Kappa gets pushed back into Burrow, and Burrow takes a little shot there, but again, impressive, rolls out and delivers a shot, nice pass here, but this is where Higgins gets lit up and knocked out of the game, I believe. And then again, he misses this one. That post inside was the right play. It was wide open, but he's looking too down below before he goes to the top. Then he rolls out. Makes a great play here. This is a great play, to compensate, but the better play was a post inside. Then again over here, you can see This is all on Burrow. He just doesn't deliver with a great platform. And this was open. He just put it out a little bit farther, but you see how he falls away like that. His balance wasn't correct. He didn't get everything into it. And on this one, Volson gets driven back on the zone stretch run. It kind of kills the play. Run blocking wasn't terrible on the day. It was pretty good. And Mixon's so good. He made a lot of stuff happen considering the blocking wasn't fantastic. Then again, more pressure outside from Watt and Collins and an inside on Volson. Burrow's got to break out, get on the move. He takes a shot here. It's not a terrible shot, but it's just another shot, stacking them up. Then on this one, pressure inside on Kappa. And you got the free Watt on the outside, and it's not good for Burrow, who tries to get out of there, but he just can't. Takes another shot. Then this one, it's like instant pressure, and you get Volson and Williams get split with an inside blitz, and then Kappa misses help on that blitzer, and two guys getting free. But look at that delivery. Right with all that pressure. Joe Cool shows his stuff. Then you get a stunt inside, and it's just a disaster. Burrow takes another shot. Then here you can see the pressure, Kappa and Williams driven right back into Burrow. It's amazing. He gets the ball off, but, this is not pretty. And then more pressure outside on Collins from Watt. And that's the shot. That's the play right there. To streak down on the bottom of the screen, but he goes inside and doesn't deliver with a good platform. It's a bad throw, bad read. But pressure, again, kind of adds a lot to that. On this one, you can see Collins just get taken apart. Maybe they knew it was a QB run, but still, it's bad luck. Then again, Volson's getting driven back into Burrow over here. This is a quick play, and he's already getting lit up. Just knocked, and then that shot to the leg, that's the one that could blow your knee out. It's bad. And then, Kappa gets driven back into Burrow. He just doesn't have time. Just out-muscled both Kappa and Volson continually. And then here, on his run, critical. You got 1 yard to go, and then Jonah Williams gets just taken apart. I think they probably would have had the touchdown. Mixon would have driven in for that. So that was a bad deal. And again, more pressure inside by Volson and Jonah. And this could have been a touchdown. If you watch it play out, the ball sails like maybe a yard away. And if Burrow could have just gone through with his motion, it might have been a touchdown. Again, the stunt. And then Volson gets beat. Joe gets hit again, manages to get it off. Again, more pressure outside from Jonah. Just, he can't handle stuff, and I don't know why. It's a late arrival there. Maybe you can give him that. But then again, the very next play, late arrival, and then Jonah just doesn't see it, and more pressure where Joe has to scramble. And again, more late pressure. Jonah just doesn't see it. All right, so clearly there was an amalgamation, a combination of factors that led to this. Joe was a little bit off, but came back from an appendectomy. It was week 1. Preseason's kind of erratic now. But really, the pressure obviously was a major factor. Now, Williams is your left tackle. Didn't play up to snuff. And then you got Volson over there. He's your rookie at left guard. And he was really the weak link. Karras, he actually played really, really well for you, and that's a guy I would look forward to for a lot of confidence. Now, Kappa came in. He had some issues, but Steele is a very tough up front. But overall, pretty good game. Collins, like Williams, didn't have a good game. Really struggled, but he was going against Watt. Watt. So when you judge a performance, it's got to be within context of who the players are going against, not just the performance. Because, you're going against a guy that's on a Hall of Fame track over here. He's going to get his stuff off. So, what are you saying, Curtis? I'm saying is this offensive line is not elite. You got some weaknesses on your edge. You got a rookie left guard, but Kappa and Karras are a nice bastion, and there is some good looks from this talent, and I think it can perform to a better level than last year. But, you have to understand, you take a bunch of talent, bunch of guys, you put them together on a unit, and then you have intentions, a scheme, and a philosophy. And if they're in alignment to bolster each other, then you get success. But when you get too much incongruency between your aspirations and your designs and the talent that you have, that's when you run into problems. Now, there's 4 things that every coach and every person really in life has to think about. It's what do you want to do? What can you do? With what consistency can you do what you can do? And should you do it? And this is my problem that I've had with the Bengals offense, coaching staff, design, and philosophy. Teams go their whole history without getting a talent like Joe Burrow. So you get this talent in, and you create a philosophy and a design which is perfect for Joe Burrow. No doubt. But, this is the incongruency of talent. You create this heavy vertical offense that's highly dependent on your quarterback to remain calm, to process, and to deliver. But then you have an offensive line that is not capable to do at the consistency level you want to get it done without putting your primary asset at risk. Terrible risk. Guy had his knee blown out. Year 1 was performing really good and starting to take off. Year 2 takes a beating, takes an awful beating through the playoffs, and gets injured again in the Super Bowl. So then you put together another offensive line with the same philosophy, the same design, the same vertical and everything else, which is great for Joe Burrow. And then you start seeing the same results as far as the abuse the kid is taking. There has to be an understanding of both short-term and long-term. Joe Burrow is the future. He needs to stay healthy. All these shots are not only going to compromise his seasons, but his overall length of his career. This is a guy who could play to 40 if he survives. And while, what I see from an offense, I'm not going to pretend I am Mr. Offensive Coordinator. I'm not going to pretend like I've studied your team. But it's usually this vertical stuff past 10 yards with like maybe a quick little out or a running back leaking out to either the edge, mostly the edge and sometimes the middle, and that's the offense. I didn't see enough slants. I didn't see enough multi-level attacking. I really didn't see enough help and understanding that this offensive line is capable of protecting at this level. If we go against a team that has good pass rush, we have to alter what we do to protect our greatest asset, and that sometimes might mean to be a little bit more patient. The run game, 27 rushes. You ran the ball plenty, but Joe threw it 53 times. And a lot of the reason why it was such a close game is because Joe was taking a beating, fumbling the ball, and throwing interceptions because he was highly under pressure. And not only did that happen, but he got the snot beat out of him. Bengals need to understand they're doing a great job with Joe and the scheme, but this offensive line isn't terrible, but it's not good enough for the greatest show on turf type offense that you want to run week in and week out. They've got to adjust to a more conservative style when you got a guy like Watt and the rest of the crew in front of you. And you're coming out week 1 with a rookie left guard. And you got 2 tackles that aren't the greatest. And so that really, to me, it comes from the coaching. It comes from the design and the application, how it seems to be uncompromising in its aggression. And that, I think, is the key issue. I looked at your stats last year, and I think it was I forgot what ridiculous amount it was that you were in 3 wides. And that cannot continue, because to continue to do things that don't have success and do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again and expect different results is insanity. You're getting success on the field, Super Bowl, but your quarterback is getting murdered, and he is the key to everything. So that's my take. I hope you enjoyed. Bengals fans, Dolphins are first. Not like a huge Bengals fan, I'm going to be honest. But I'm a big Burrow fan, and I want to see this kid play for a long time. I hope the best for your season this year. I hope the best for Burrow. As long as it doesn't compromise my Dolphins. We're going to see each other soon. But I really respect this kid, and I love the fact that a long-beleaguered franchise has a type of talent like this because it's hard. Trust me, I know I'm a Dolphins fan. It's hard, decade after decade, eating swill from the nasty trough. So I'm happy for you guys, and I hope your front office and your coaching staff kind of gets an understanding that you might have to sacrifice short-term gains in order to get the long-term success. Anyway, Kurt saying thanks for stopping by. Catch you next time. Be well. Start building your own online sports book today by getting signed up with aceperhead.com service that'll allow you to book action on sports from all around the world.